Every night, around 3:12 a.m., Clara would wake up, not because of a dream, not because of a sound she could identify, but because something felt wrong. The air would be still, too still. The shadows in her bedroom seemed heavier, like they were breathing. She lived alone ever since she'd moved into her late grandmother's house, a creaky two-story place that always smelled faintly of old wood and lavender. The first few nights had been fine, but then she began to sense it, the presence. It wasn't loud, it didn't move, it just watched. One night, Clara awoke again at 3:12 a.m. Her eyes adjusted to the darkness, scanning her room. She could see the dresser, the curtains, her phone glowing faintly on the nightstand. Everything seemed normal. But then she noticed the faintest movement, a flicker in the corner. Her pulse quickened. Slowly, she sat up. The corner between the closet and the wall seemed heavier than usual. She squinted. Nothing. Then, whispering. It came from that corner, a voice so soft it almost sounded like her own thoughts. "Don't move. He'll notice you're awake." Her blood froze. She clutched her blanket, her eyes wide. The voice continued, almost pleading, "He's right behind you." Clara wanted to scream, but her throat locked. Slowly, she turned her head. And there he was. A man. Tall, thin, with pale skin stretched too tight over his face. His eyes were wide, unblinking, and his mouth hung open in a silent grin. He was so close she could see the veins in his neck pulsing. He wasn't breathing. The next morning, Clara woke on the floor. The sun was shining. Her door was locked from the inside. She convinced herself it had been a dream, sleep paralysis maybe. She even laughed at herself for being scared. But when she went downstairs, she noticed something that made her stop cold. The front door's deadbolt was unlocked, and there, on the kitchen counter, was a mug, her mug, filled with fresh coffee, still warm. Over the next few days, strange things kept happening. The smell of cologne in the hallway, footsteps in the attic, her phone camera turning on in the middle of the night. She started leaving her phone recording while she slept. The first 2 nights were silent, but on the third night, at exactly 3:12 a.m., the video showed her sleeping, peaceful, still, until a shape emerged from the darkness behind her bed. The man again. Same pale face, same grin. He leaned over her, inches from her ear, and whispered something. Then he looked straight into the camera and smiled. Clara ran. She left the house, drove across town, and stayed in a motel. She didn't tell anyone what happened. Who would believe her? But that night, at exactly 3:12 a.m., she woke up again. There was a faint smell of lavender and a whisper from the darkness. "You can't run from someone who never leaves your side." The next morning, the motel maid found the room empty. The bed was perfectly made, except for one thing, a single strand of long black hair resting on the pillow. The security footage showed Clara entering her room the night before, but no one ever saw her leave. They say if you wake at 3:12 a.m. and feel someone watching you, don't open your eyes, because once he knows you've seen him, he'll never stop watching you. He'll just get closer every night until you stop waking up.